Alright guys, today we're going to be learning about Plato. Plato was a major Greek philosopher who founded the Academy in Athens, which became the first institution of learning in the Western world. Unlike most philosophers of his time, all of his work is believed to have survived for over 2,000 years. Plato was born around 425 BC and died about 347 BC at the age of 78. Plato was taught by Socrates and eventually taught the famous Aristotle. Due to a lack of surviving accounts, little is known about Plato's early life and education. The philosopher came from one of the wealthiest and most politically active families in Athens. Ancient sources describe him as a bright, though modest boy who excelled in his studies. His father contributed all which was necessary to give to his son a good education, and, therefore, Plato must have been instructed in grammar, music, gymnastics, and philosophy by some of the most distinguished teachers of his era. Said to have returned to Athens at the age of 40, Plato founded one of the earliest known organized schools in Western civilization on a plot of land in the grove of Hecademus or Academus. The academy was a large enclosure of ground about 6 stadia outside of Athens proper. One story is that the name of the academy comes from the ancient hero Academus. Still another story is that the name came from a supposed former owner of the plot of land, an Athenian citizen whose name was also Academus. While yet another account is that it was named after a member of the army of Castor and Pollux, an Arcadian named Echedemus. The academy operated until it was destroyed by Lucius Cornelius Sulla in 84 BC. Neoplatonists revived the academy in early 5th century, and it operated until 529 AD, when it was closed by Justinian I of Byzantium, who saw it as a threat to the propagation of Christianity. Many intellectuals were schooled in the academy, the most prominent one being Aristotle. Throughout his later life, Plato became entangled with the politics of the city of Syracuse. According to Diogenes Laertius, Plato initially visited Syracuse while it was under the rule of Dionysius. During this first trip to Dionysius's brother-in-law, Dion of Syracuse, became one of Plato's disciples, but the tyrant himself turned against Plato. Plato almost faced death, but he was sold into slavery. Then Anaxagoras bought Plato's freedom for 20 minas and sent him home. A variety of sources have given accounts of Plato's death. One story, based on a mutilated manuscript, suggests Plato died in his bed whilst a young Thracian girl played the flute to him. Another tradition suggests Plato died at a wedding feast. The account is based on Diogenes Laertius's reference to an account by Hermippus, a 3rd century Alexandrian. According to Tertullian, Plato simply died in his sleep. Be sure to like and subscribe, and leave in the comments what you'd like to see in a future video.